Do you, Hench, want to wait till next week before we get in on Luka Doncic, or do you want to give us a final thought there about
Well,
what you
I'll just say
saw
is, you know,
in the
as a
first game?
preview, I'm so fucking sick in my balls about this every decade. The Lakers get whoever they want. They
You
just
should
get
be.
the Lakers get awarded the player. I mean, it's not even like the Yankees. Like we're gonna sign Dave Winfield. You know, like we're gonna sign Garrett Cole. We're gonna sign these guys. We're gonna pay CC Sabathia. It's like nope. We just get him for a nickel on the dollar
It's
and
Tony Dorsett. It's Tony Dorsett getting handed to the Cowboys by the Seahawks. Like the rest of football, I'm too young to remember, but people knew what the hell are you doing, Seattle? We had it was almost over. It
well,
was almost over with Landry's team, and then you give him this kid.
this is the most insane thing. First of all, um, Nico Harrison, Dallas Mavericks general manager. Do you have any friends who follow basketball? Like, is there anyone in your life that you can text to go, hey, buddy, how's this gonna how's this gonna play in the press? How's this gonna oh, they're gonna
People
call
in our
you.
fantasy
Yeah,
league will
yeah.
text me like, "Hey, just real quick, is it crazy if I give up Kirk Cousins for this?" And I'll be like, "I think that's not a bad trade," and then they'll go forward with
Yeah.
it in our
Nobody in his life
fantasy
not
league.
just doesn't, he's more like all his friends are into poetry. None of his friends follow basketball. Not one fucking guy can go, Nico, you're gonna get crucified. You're gonna get crucified. If Miriam Adelson is making you do this trade, go public. Say I won't do it. You'll land in a better spot. Do not become known as the moron who made this trade. But apparently, he has no friends who can set him straight. So then it gets better. He goes, so this is the rationale that is used for trading the 25-year-old cornerstone of your team, first team and all NBA every year. He says, well, he's had this lingering calf injury that we associate with his lack of conditioning. Oh, okay, that's interesting. What Iron Man are you going to go out and acquire? What fucking guy? What Cal Ripken? What fucking training? What guy who's always in shape are
Just
you going to
entering his
get
prime
because
too.
Luka
Just
gets hurt too much? We're going to get a guy made out of fucking glass. We're going to get Anthony Street Clothes Davis for Luka fucking Doncic. And what's going to happen? He's going to play 25 minutes and get hurt. And now it's like indefinitely. So don't worry about the Mavericks this year. They're not going to make the fucking play in. The fans are going to set that building on fire. Like they're done. Davis is not coming back next year in shape. They got Max Christie for Luka Doncic. It is the biggest disgrace in NBA history. But I'll give you my real feelings next week.
didn't the Seahawks get Dan Dornick back for Tony Dorsett? So same level of achievement. What I felt real bad from the sports gods. I thought it was extra cruel for them to do what they did to the Mavs fans, which was for about 90 minutes they could look at like, wait a minute. Anthony Davis has won an NBA champ. You know what? He could actually, won't this be the greatest thing of all time when we make another run through the playoffs through the West with Anthony Davis being the essential member of these Dallas Mavericks and he gets hurt. It was the entire AD experience in 1 2 hour stretch for poor
And then
Dallas
he says,
Mavericks fans.
I'm fine. He goes, I'm fine out indefinitely because out indefinitely is fine for AD. He's like, guys, I'm fine. I'm not playing, but I feel fine. I feel fine. Then last night, Mavs up 12 against the Kings in the fourth quarter. Daniel Gafford hurts its knee. So Lively, Gafford, and AD are all hurt. They have no center, and Malik Monk gets two offensive rebound putbacks in overtime to beat them. That fan base, I mean, seriously, Spaghetti, Giants fans had a bad week, but in the NFL, you can turn it around fast.
I
That
have a question
Mavericks
for you.
team is
Wait,
fucked.
before you go, listen. Um, by the way, talk about fans that took a gut punch. Pittsburgh sports fans. Kenny Pickett out on the field taking that. We have zero quarterbacks, but the guy who was our quarterback a year ago is now a Super Bowl champion, holding the ball up. And the Penguins stink, and Pitt basketball is one of the great disappointments of the last decade. For me, with all of that, so I was. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Is this enough to get through the West for the Lakers, though? And I am going to include something you told me when LeBron went to the Heat, that because positionless basketball, you were at the forefront of this. I thought I gave you credit in the moment and thought this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. LeBron, you can't regard him as the standard like superstar player. You could legitimately almost at his very best play him at all five spots. Can the Lakers get by with LeBron periodically having to check there as much as an actual five exists in the NBA? Can the Lakers survive using LeBron trying to check somebody down there in the block?
Well, nobody really plays down there in the
I know,
block.
but that's
So
why
it's
I think
like,
it's like, well,
so
they don't
yes,
have a
I mean,
center, so how could they go anywhere? It's like
LeBron can
nobody really
guard,
does that. You
yeah,
could survive with LeBron defending
LeBron could
that spot.
definitely guard Rudy Gobert. Like
Right.
nothing would happen. Um, and to answer your question, I think the Lakers can definitely come out of the West. The simplest analysis is Luka Doncic went to the NBA Finals last year. The second best player on the Mavericks was Kyrie Irving. LeBron James is a much better basketball player than Kyrie Irving. I mean, Kyrie Irving, not only can Kyrie Irving not defend all five positions, and LeBron's defense is not great now either, but Kyrie Irving can't defend any of the five positions. And Luka so changes the calculus that the other guys don't have to be that good. Obviously, he wanted a lob threat, and Williams getting shipped back to Charlotte is interesting. But if your sidekick is LeBron James, who, by the way, not to twist the knife and pour spaghetti, whose Knicks have fallen off lately, but in that game where LeBron destroyed the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, like AD didn't play in that game either. Surprise, surprise. And so the Lakers destroyed the Celtics. That game wasn't even a game. Destroyed the Knicks at MSM, and this was pre-Luka. JJ Redick's got like Austin Reeves just dropped 45 points. Like, can the Lakers come out of the West? Well, we haven't seen it from the Thunder yet. So I whatever the Lakers price is, I think it's a bargain.
Interesting. Yeah, I asked it because it's as though people, I think it's not like you had to be watching basketball in 1984 to think you need a guy on the block who can dominate. But I'm talking about like even Ben Wallace kind of math. Like you don't need that. Yeah, I mean you needed that 20 years ago. You don't need that in the NBA unless I'm missing something that at some point you need to get big stops, and the Lakers just straight up don't have somebody who's capable of competing down there. I just don't see a ton of evidence that that's true, despite the fact that the Joker won the title a couple of years ago. I think you can survive in today's NBA with that.